Yeah. Heck, man. American pickers ain't got nothing on me, man. Hello, all my fellow resellers, junkers, junkies. Today, I was out here actually, I started processing. When I say processing, I talked about in the last video, and I've said over the course that, you know, during the season and during, you know, when I'm out picking through barns, picking through old cabins, or thrift storing, or yard selling, or flea marketing, or auctions, or, you know, when the getting is good, you know, when there's just stuff, man, because if you've been in this business any amount of time, I've been in it a long time, man, and it spurts throughout the year. You know, and all of a sudden, sometimes you really never know, you know, other than yard sale season, which this yard sale season for us, you know, this 2020 has been such a nightmare that the yard sales, we've hit some, you know, and hit one last week, and hit and miss pretty much on the yard sale things, just because, you know, with the pandemic and stuff, there's not a ton of yard sales around. But then you hit the thrift stores and they're good, or you hit an auction, man, and you're just knocking them dead, or, you know, people are calling, you know, over the years, because people just know I'm a junk dealer. So, you know, of course, I got to get a lot of calls, you know, and I deal in a lot of big stuff, and, you know, from scrapping to, you know, to metal, to steel, to copper, to all that stuff, and so much of that I don't show, that I may show on this, you know, in the future. But anyway, so we stockpile a lot of that stuff. And right now I have so many boxes that, and what I do when I say stockpile is, like, I already emptied this box. Now I just put some stuff in here to show you guys. But I had this box full. This suitcase that's underneath these boots right here is full of stuff that I'm going to show you after I show you some of these boots. You know, and it's just stockpile, man. We were out this morning picking up more stuff, man, and I haven't went through the stuff that I picked up 2 months ago. You know, I got stuff out here from July that I haven't even, you know, and just getting it all listed and getting it. And not everything we do goes on eBay or on Etsy or on Bonanza. You know, we're getting ready to do a show in November that, you know, certain stuff will go over to do the shows, and so it's just a process. So when I say processing, what I do is I bring the boxes out. Right now I'm out here because it's dang warm, or I would be out right now working on some other stuff, man. But it's a hot Mother Day, 80 something today, but I know the winter's coming, and I need to start getting some of this stuff processed to get it out, because I just have it under lean-tos and stuff like that. So then when the weather, and we got a big rainstorm that's supposed to come in this weekend, and so some of this stuff needs to be gone through. Well, in the process of doing that, I was sitting here going through, pulling some stuff out, you know, and separating it where it's going to go. And I thought, oh, you know what, man, I should probably do a video doing this. Well, I've been pulling the boots because forever, man, you know, I've wore White's boots, you know, dang near my whole life, you know, Converse tennis shoes, White's boots, you know, just forever. And I've always, back since I started doing flea markets at 16 years old, 15 years old, have always picked up, because I've always loved boots, man, and I've always loved scoring, you know, high dollar boots for next to nothing. And, you know, and if they fit me, then I had a nice pair of boots next to nothing. You know, my whites that I wear daily, I ain't got them on right now, but my whites that I wear daily, I picked those up at a sale for $3. Those are $400 boots, man. You know, so, but anyways, I've always, not only was it, you know, would score the boots for myself, because of course you don't always find your size, but I started selling boots at flea markets and everything like that. And then when eBay came along, and I started selling boots on eBay, and if you watch my other videos, you can go over to Idaho Hillbilly, you know, and there's some Mountain Junkers videos on there. Before I decided to start this channel, I'd done videos, Mountain Junkers, over at Idaho Hillbilly, and I've told the story on a pair of Westco biker boots, and they were from the 60s, and it turned out, man, I had those, and at the time I had a store. We had a trading post store in Nampa, Idaho for a while, And I had those in my store on the floor. And what I'd do in there, man, is I'd sit in my office, you know, and I had the kids were helping me run it, the counter and everything, and I had my office back behind. And I'd just go out in my store, and I would just walk around and pick things out to do eBay, you know, because eBay was just part of running the store. And those Westco boots, every time I'd walk by them, I had $100 on them in the store. And every time I'd walk by them, I'm like, oh man, I gotta list those. I gotta list those. Well, then one night, man, I decided, oh, I'm gonna list those dang boots. Took those boots in there and started them off at $99.95 on auction, and I ended up selling those boots for $1,000. And the guy overnighted them to Japan. So I mean, you just never know. And as it turned out, he got the boots. They didn't fit, man, but which he didn't care because he just resold them. And man, there was a big war on those boots, man, because they were pretty dang nice condition. They were West Coast, you know, vintage '60s biker boots, man, but they're women's size. They were like size 7 women's or something. But anyway, so I'm going to show you some of these boots. And what I do is I pick up these boots, you know, and shoes too, man. You know, I do the Kings, you know, and different shoes, and Merrells, you know, any of the higher end shoes, I'll deal in them. You know, as far as the Kings and, you know, any tennis shoes or Converse or anything like that, they've got to be in pretty dang good condition to get any good money for them. And then when it comes to leather boots, American made, or, you know, Italy, man, I've sold boots from all over the world. Excuse me, I have my afternoon coffee, man. So, but when it comes to boots, the main thing is you don't want cuts. You want to make sure, you know, that they're sewn and the stitching ain't coming out. Some of them it don't matter, like a pair of whites. I've sold many pair of whites that needed to be resold. The soles were bad, or you know, something's wrong, the stitching was coming out or something like that. You won't get the kind of money that you will, you know, if the boot's in good, wearable, usable condition, obviously. But people will still buy because they'll replace, you know, they'll keep the uppers and replace the soles on any quality made boots. So I'm going to show you the boots and what styles these are, and I'm going to tell you just like these right here. I told you about those Westco biker boots. You know, Westco's a high-end brand, man, American made. And these are Westco logging boots, firefighting boots, whatever you want to call them. You know, got the waffle stomper, what I call waffle stomper soles, which I just sold a pair of waffle stompers for $150 last week. They were like, I mean, nice. I should have held out, but I went ahead and took it, and I picked those up. I think I actually paid $25 for those at a yard sale. But anyway, so these, you can see, man, the soles, yeah, they got some wear and good use and stuff on the soles, but still a lot of tread left. Heels ain't wore down, you know, because you want to make sure your heels ain't all wore down into the leather. And then, you know, they're dirty as all get up. There's some light cutting, and, you know, they've been used, worked. You know, actually, this one's actually got a big old chunk out of the toe right there. You know, so that's definitely stuff you want to take pictures of and show, or if you're selling them out at a show. But I will take these, scrub them down, clean them up really nice, and then recondition them, you know, grease them up and stuff, man, and they'll look, you know, I wouldn't say new, but they'll be shiny and nice. That's a pair of Westco's. These boots, if you went and bought these brand new, these are probably, would run you, Westco's probably about $300, $350 for this pair of boots. I'll get a $100 bill for this pair, even with the toe chunked out there. Maybe take $75 offer or $80 offer on those, maybe. All right, so you got those. That's Westco's. And these are all these are getting ready to be cleaned and reconditioned. That's what I'm getting them all together for. So, I mean, this will take me, you know, you're probably looking at, you know, 4 or 5 hours probably to process these boots. And then these ones are actually all ready to go. They've been cleaned up and everything. These came in pretty nice. And these are skinnies. These are, just put my eyeballs on, man. Haven't had a lot of these. Yeah, these are made in Bozeman, Montana. You know, I call them duck boots. You know, it's a style, man, insulated with a removable deal there. These, I haven't sold a lot of these, but I figure I'll probably get, I don't know, 50 to 75 bucks for these, probably is what I'm guessing. These here, these are a different thing. Ain't too much recondition. These, if you get these, you definitely want to get them in good condition because there ain't all that much you can do to these. These are a rubber boot, And you definitely want to watch, like I've got cracking and stuff up here in the tongue. You can see that. But these are actually air, you know, for flying in, kind of a military boot for flying in aircrafts and everything. And I've sold quite a few of these. Some of them are actually dang good money, but like I said, these have got some splits and stuff that takes away from the value of these. These I'll probably, I don't even have a clue, because I grabbed these at the last minute and didn't actually see the cracking and stuff, or I probably wouldn't even have bought these. So we'll see what I end up doing with those. But some of these are worth, man. I've sold a pair of these for 250 bucks, man, if it's the right brand and the right size and all that at times. And of course these, man, these are, I believe these are Justin boots. You know, they're the, just the kind of the, more the new style. This crap off the bottom of it. Sorry, man, I still got to process one down here. These, I obviously picked these up at some dang store somewhere. That's part of the processing too, is if you are buying them out and about, is make sure you got your tags and stuff off of them. Any crud. These. So these Justins, man, I'll clean these up, grease them up. They're stitched, they're pretty nice. A little bit of wear here and stuff. So these will I'll probably get, I don't know, I'd say 60 to 80 bucks for them Justins. They're not the highest end boots. The ones that, you know, my favorite ones, obviously, because I wear them, is the whites. You know, this is a pair of whites. You know, it's lower tops. And, not steel toe. These inside out on the here, you know, and which I didn't even notice I was inside out. I got a pair of inside outs. The inside, some of the inside outs are worth even more money. But these pair of whites, man, the size always makes a difference. And you know, these ones really, man, just wipe down a little bit of grease. You can actually see the remnants. They've been greased not too long ago. So I'll use the kind of grease I use. But man, these things are in pretty dang nice condition. And whites, these boots sell for $400 brand new. And me, I'll get probably, probably 150 bucks. You know, I would never take less than a $100 bill for these boots. But these ones will probably go on for probably put these on for about 200 bucks. Those ones are pretty dang nice boots. Then we got another pair of whites, man. They're the taller ones. These ones are got more of the cowboy boot sole, so they're not, you know, still a logging style boot or a firefighting style boot, but they don't have the aggressive waffle stumper style. Plus, it's pretty warm, so these could actually use. Which one comes over? Man, but the stack's really nice on them. And the heel, man, the heel's better condition. This, you can still wear these for a while, but these definitely are due to be resold. And if these were mine or I bought these, I would actually have the waffle stomper soles put on them. And the best way to do that is send these to whites. But these ones here, I'll get easy $100 bill for those. And then what do we got here? Here's another pair of West Coast. Same thing with these. These are black West Coast. Pretty much the same dang boot. Check this out. I got these at 2 different places, but you know, this one's got the toe, man. But once I clean these up, recondition them, and grease them up and everything like that, the toe scratching will go away. You'll still be able to see it, but it won't be as bad. The size, see, they're smaller boots. More look like about a size 7 or so in men's. Or, you know, a woman could. Miss Kitty has a pair of whites. Let's see if it said what size these were. These ones are 7Ds. Yep, so size 7s. And size 7s, man, the smaller boots, just like hats, are harder to sell. Takes longer to sell them. That's so you just clean them up, you know, get them ready, list them. This is if you're listing. If you're taking them out to shows, then, you know, that's a whole different ball game. You know, you just keep hauling them to the shows. But for me, I'll clean them up, everything. I'll list them on 2 or 3 of my sell sites and just let them list them and forget them and let them sit. $100 bill. These are pretty dang high-end cowboy boots, and they're high boots. These are Ol Lathes, made in the USA. I was looking for the size actually. I was looking because they're pretty small. I think they're 9s. Oh no, size 10. Size 10. You know, I wear 11.5, man. So these are nice dang boots. These brand new, sold for probably close to 600 bucks. That's what these sell for, brand new. I will clean them up, recondition them, and I'll probably go for trying to get probably 350 bucks. That's what I'll probably try to get for those. Those are pretty quality dang boots. You know, and I've said many times in these videos is your niche. You know, everybody's got to find their own niche. You know, sure, I sell, not everything's my niche, and I sell tons of stuff that, you know, every other person just like these. There's a bunch of Star Wars figures, and I forgot I grabbed these. Star Wars figures, I actually have my own collection from when I was a kid, Star Wars figures too. But I picked these up because there was some other characters in some of these dang things, you know, and I'm not really into all that. And of course, I pick them up too because I got grandkids, man. So, but I picked them up, but Katie Joe sells a lot of the figures, you know, and the Marvel heroes and all that stuff, and some of them. It's not my thing, it's not my niche. But I'll still play with them once in a while, you know, especially when you pick up a bag of them for cheap. So we'll go through those and see if they're, you know, worth anything. If not, my grandkids can play with them. But just like with the boots, man, if it's not your niche, not your thing, you don't want to take the time, you know, putting your hands grinding where people's feet and all that, you know, hey, each to their own, man. I just love, you know, I just love good quality leather boots and stuff. So it's one of my niches, along with my knives and my hunting stuff, my fishing stuff, you know, whatever, you know, any of my woodsman type stuff, axes, hatchets, all that kind of stuff. But you got to find your niche, man, because that's where your main money's going to be. You know, I would say my biggest niche that I've sold my whole life, man, forever since I started doing flea markets and stuff, is books. You know, and I actually sold 8 books yesterday, man. The books, I hadn't sold books for a little while, you know, and I don't know what I have, man. I probably have 500 books on. I know I have a camp trailer that I've kind of showed. Some of them have gotten, because the camp trailer's leaking, so I've actually lost some books. But I would say books that I need to get listed are probably between 500 and 1,000 books that I need to get listed. Miss Kitty's actually in there right now taking pictures of some books. And then, of course, I'm sure there's some books in this. So I showed everything in this. Okay, and then check out this old, and I love these old suitcases. We picked these up, and I'll take about, you know, obviously I have listed some on sites before, but just the shipping of a suitcase, man, is so high because of the size. But some of these old suitcases, man, it goes up and down. Sometimes they are hotter than all get up. But the ones that we pick up, and then I had 2 given to me because I was actually out today. That's when I got this. Everything in this I just got this morning out digging through a place. But and they had this old suitcase. It's got the old gal's name on there and stuff, man. It's just a quality thing. Look at this. You just push this. I remember. But what we do with the suitcases, especially the ones that are like this size, is now that we're starting to get into the winter months, man, we'll pack we use these, and then we use those military duffel bags, and we pack all our summer clothes and stuff, because we live in a small area and stuff, so we pack up all the summer clothes and stuff like that into suitcases and duffel bags, and we store those till next year, and then we pull out the other ones that's got our winter stuff in it. Anyways, I'm going to show you this. This is some of the stuff I just picked up this morning. We went out, man. Got a call, went out and done a little treasure hunting. These old saddlebags, dude, I really debated on it. And, you know, and of course, it keeps pointing out, oh, there, look at this, that. But, you know, I love my saddlebags. These are very different style bags. I'm pretty sure, and you can see, man, they got burn here. They got burnt holes here. I do not know what the heck the deal was with that. The whole thing, and the only reason, man, when I seen the burn, I'm like, dude, I don't want those, man. Oh, he's like, oh, yeah, but it don't go all the way through, man. You know, and then the price is right and everything, but, you know, that's the thing, is there's the holes. I don't know what the heck is wore or burnt through there. It looks burnt to me, man. Looks like they're sitting too next to the fire or something. But the inside liner deal in there, it doesn't go through. It's not a hole, so they're actually still usable. So we'll clean them up a little bit and get the wasp nests out of there. I ain't kidding. And we'll put them on. They won't be. Somebody will want them, man. I mean, they're still usable bags. So that's one thing, and then another. I don't deal in a ton of it, but I will pick up bridles and horse bits and, of course, spurs. You know, I like spurs, but they're all. Just kind of depends, man. I've done real well on some of the bits and everything, man. This is old copper. I don't know that much. Kevin D knows quite a bit about them. And he was with us, man. I said, what do you think? He's like, yeah, man, if you get a price right, you could. So, I mean, there ain't nothing. It ain't huge money and stuff. I'd say I'll probably end up getting anywhere from 25 to 50 bucks for the whole hoorah there. So it ain't nothing too spectacular. The bags I'll probably end up getting 20, 25 bucks. Right, and these, dude, I have no flipping idea what these are. They were sitting on the shelf there together, and it's NESWN CDR rotor. You know, and then it's got use on TR4 rotor only. It's got the little deals where you wire them up. When I first seen them, I thought, didn't they plug in? And when I first seen them, man, you know, I grew up, like I said, grew up part of my life in McCall, and our cabin was up here, and then my great grandma's cabin was here, and we had these intercoms, and that's what these remind me of, is these old intercoms that we had. But there's no speakers, no nothing on there, man. If you have any idea what those things are, which I haven't even had a chance to research them, but I will be here in a few minutes. But so I might. But if you know, man, text or email me, because I don't know. This one's actually even in better condition. This actually has that one. This one's really funny because, man, the intercoms that we had at the cabin had one of them, the little button was missing, so it just reminds me, man. I wish I had those intercoms. And it's Bakelite or something, man. When I seen them, man, I was just like, dude, I got to have those. So I'll research those, man. They could turn out to be something completely amazing. We got this old copper letter holder. This is just stuff I picked up today, man. Like I said, it ain't all got to be something that you deal with all of the time. This, man, actually, here's the original box for it. And I don't know if I'll sell it, because we actually have one and use the heck out of it, because, man, we love our nuts, so we do a lot of nut cracking. But these are the most amazing nut crackers. Man, you can adjust this once you're doing your nuts for cracking. Oh, dude, they were great. It's an old Reed's nut cracker, America's finest nut cracker, the Rocket. So, man, that was pretty dang cool. This thing, I don't even know how the hell this got in here. I was looking at this. Sitting there. I don't know if Miss Kitty threw this in or if it just ended up in the suitcase. But it's a nice old serving fork. But it's not, you know, a lot of times I'll be stirring. This is definitely Bakelite handle. I really don't know what the story of that thing is. One fork, one inside is longer than the other. I don't know what the hell I just put in there for. They got this cool old, Miss Kitty's always picking these things up. But little, oh, it's even marked too. Torino. Man, it's an earring holder and stuff. Some of these are pretty good. Not all of them, but some of them. And this thing I thought was pretty cool. Now it's an old ashtray. Hold your cigars, your smokes, and it's even got the little, and it's glass. got the place to put your pipe. You know, man, I've been known to puff on cigars, pipes, and stuff. It's got one little chip right there, but oh, it's actually marked right there too. Patent June 12, 1923. It's the patent on that. So I thought that was pretty dang cool. Pretty dang cool. And then a little wood toolbox. It's all wood. I don't even know if they sell them old wood ones, but I thought for I'll have the grandkids tomorrow, so I thought for Tevin that might be pretty cool, or TNT. Then I picked these up, and what's cool is Kitty, it's not the same as this one, but Kitty actually has my mom. My mom gave her old metal recipe book like this, and I picked this up. Miss Kitty, one of her favorite things is when people's handwritten recipes, and I haven't even got a chance to show her this. She's gonna be so dang excited. She just loves that stuff. But she has my mom's original, man, the one I remember from when I was a kid, the old little metal recipe book that she wouldn't give up for nothing. This one's actually pretty, it needs to be cleaned up, but it's pretty dang nice. Pretty nice. But she'll be excited about the handwritten recipe. She loves that. This I just grabbed it just because, man, I'm a bottle guy. I like when I dig them up better, but find them in old buildings and stuff's cool too. It's an old J.R. Watkins company. No chips. Use a little cleaning and stuff, but man, nice little bottle there. And of course, man, here's first wait. Okay, you know, man, you got to get your postcards in over at the Idaho Hillbilly. We're giving away one of those books that we were actually in the book, you know, for Idaho. And big old thick hardback coffee table book, man. It's amazing, called American Dreams. We're giving one of those away over this weekend over at Idaho Hillbilly. So get over there to Idaho Hillbilly, and you have to send a postcard in. And what made me bring all that up is, and if you watch my other videos over at Idaho Hillbilly, if you're new to this channel, welcome to the channel. But over at Idaho Hillbilly, I collect postcards. I have since I went on a road trip with my grandma and grandpa a zillion years ago to Salmon, Idaho with my great grandma and great grandpa, and I started collecting Louis L'Amour postcards, and I was probably 8 years old. I still have the postcards. Well, we're in there, Miss Kitty brings it all over, all excited and stuff, and look at that, man, because I put them in little photo albums. This is actually a postcard album. And I thought that was so dang cool. There's a little bit of writing of where the one's from, but just a little bit, man. The man, so I'll be putting in, I mean, I've got so many postcards that all you guys have sent me that's just amazing. Actually, there's a lot of writing in it. I don't care. I don't really care, man. I'll fill this baby up. I was pretty excited about that, so that's for me. And then, of course, like I said, there ain't a lot of books in here, but I did get a few little books. We got a little Cooking with the Pennsylvania Dutch. That's funny, because when I grabbed that, I thought it was Dutch oven, but it's just Cooking with the Dutch, man. It's, I'll just show Miss Kitty might snag that. She loves her cookbooks. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Yeah. Then Desert Gold, dry washing, dry placer gold mining. A little book of how to do some dry washing. Pretty cool. A little frame, picture frame. And this one, this is cool. And this is actually an Oregon. I've had this book before. And this is, where the heck was it from? Oh, John Day, man, over in John Day. Man, I've told stories over there at Idaho Hillbilly about Canyon City, which is right outside of John Day. Spent a lot of time over there, and that's where my Raven Canyon, he was named because he came along in Canyon, Oregon, right outside John Day. But that's an old book. Gold and Cattle Country, man. It's got all the brands inside of there. It is second edition. 1961. Kind of cool old book, man. Still got the dust cover, a little rough, not too shabby. And this one was pretty dang cool, man. All about telescopes. Man, it tells you, oh man, it is pretty dang. I sat there talking, visiting. Oh, look at that detail, Cracker Jack. What is that? That ain't that old though. It would have been cool if it was a really old Cracker Jack thing. Maybe it's a tattoo. That was always my favorite. But well, I just thought that was pretty dang interesting. That's something too in them old books. You always want to flip through the pages like that, man. I found money and pictures, and you just never know what the heck you might find in an old book or an old suitcase. Hey, look at that, man. Oh, look at that, man. I got Miss Kitty flower and didn't even know it. Pretty good. I'll put that with a recipe book, take it in there. You always want to flip through them books. Anyway, man, so I hope you got a little something out of this on the boots, man. And that, you know, as far as the boots, that follows along with shoes, man. I knew this couple of gals years ago, man. Probably, oh, man, that's probably 20 years ago, I guess, man. Down in Boise, there was a Salvation Army auction at the old Salvation Army. You know, which all the Salvation Armies are shut down now. But there was an old Salvation Army auction, and these two gals would always buy me, and they'd bring out these pallet boxes full of shoes. And, man, they'd buy them 2 or 3 at a time, man. They was cracking me up, man, because they'd be going over there, and they'd go through them and just be throwing them out of that pallet box right into their back seat of their car. And I got talking to her, man, and they were making, and that was, I wasn't doing eBay quite yet, and that was right at the beginning of eBay, so it might not have been quite 20 years ago. I can't remember exactly when I've been doing eBay for over 15 years, so whenever that came along, anyway, man. I always got to throw in the stories, dude. So I hope you got something out of that, man, and remember you can't sell it if it ain't listed, man. So list. That's what I'm going to be doing. Well, in between building, I got to finish up this lean-to. I've got to get places for all the treasures to keep them out of the weather. But man, we've got enough stocked up that I could not buy nothing for the rest of this season to get me on through till the spring with no problems. That's good. So always remember, keep your eye on the skyline and your nose to the wind. And if you're out there treasure hunting, hope you find some color in the bottom of your pan. See ya.